February 28, 2026, the moment the world had feared has arrived. Closing all doors to peace and staining the waves of the Persian Gulf with blood, a massive war has erupted. The joint operation, Epic Fury, carried out by Israel and the United States shocked Tehran, the heart of Iran. But beyond the destroyed buildings and disabled nuclear plants, Iran's planned retaliation was aimed at choking the very breath of the global economic system. An announcement has now come from Tehran: we are closing the Strait of Hormuz. That decision, to cut off the world's oil artery, could turn global markets upside down. Let us examine how. The joint Israel-US strike against Iran was not sudden. It was the result of months of tension over the objective of stopping Iran's nuclear program. In the last week of February, U.S. intelligence agencies reportedly warned that Iran was preparing for a new long-range missile test, further provoking Israel. An attack targeting the Supreme Leader's residence, in which he and his family were reportedly killed, was seen as a deep wound to Iran's pride. Iran's strength for retaliation was not limited to missiles, it lay in geography. The Strait of Hormuz, only about 33 kilometers wide at its narrowest point, carries nearly one-fifth of the world's crude oil supply. The economic foundations of countries such as Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, the United Arab Emirates, and Qatar depend heavily on this passage. To block or restrict it would mean plunging half the world into darkness. If Hormuz remains closed for an extended period, major powers like India, China, and Japan could face paralysis. Long queues may form at petrol pumps, and the prices of essential goods would skyrocket. This would not merely be a war, it would be a form of global economic suicide. Iran had reportedly planned for such a scenario in advance. Its anti-access strategy is said to be strong enough to challenge even the U.S. Navy. In addition to anti-ship missiles, the use of small boats for suicide attacks and underwater explosives could turn Hormuz into a deadly trap. The U.S. Fifth Fleet, based in Bahrain, stands ready as part of military operations in the region. However, if even one oil tanker is destroyed, insurance costs for ships would rise sharply and shipping companies might abandon the route altogether, which appears to be Iran's calculated objective. Global powers are now divided. While the United States justifies Israel's actions, Russia and China strongly oppose a war that could push the world toward famine. For India, this would be a double blow. Millions of expatriates remain in the Middle East, and if oil imports from the Persian Gulf are disrupted, the country's development would suffer a major setback. Iran's decision to close Hormuz is not merely a challenge, it is portrayed as a fight for survival. But the question remains, who truly loses in this struggle? The nations that create wars and sell weapons, or the ordinary people who face hunger as a result? When diplomatic paths close, guns begin to speak. Today, the Strait of Hormuz has become a flashpoint that could determine the fate of the world. As peace in the region seems like a distant dream, will the world wake up tomorrow to darkness, or to new peace talks? Let us hope the news will be good.